So I have been getting a lot of comments asking to update you guys about the various IPTV and Android box scams that I've covered so far in 2024. Well, there's three main situations I want to update you guys on. The first being the IPTV city. Now, this was a Utah city that went and basically legalized IPTV for its citizens, which should be a little suspect to everybody. The second one is one of my favorites, Qstreaming, the service that was targeting charities to try to get them to promote their illegal IPTV service, and on top of that, charging like a normal service price for third-party IPTV. And the last one is the Android box seller that was falsely advertising the specs of his devices, calling like 4K Android boxes 8K, and charging like 10 times the price they were worth. If you guys like this kind of content, I make weekly videos teaching you how to save money on streaming services and about the legality so you don't get caught up in some shady business. If you like this kind of content, hit the subscribe button right down below. So I want to start with one of my favorite stories. This was Mapleton, Utah. Now, if you don't know, Mapleton is a city with a total population of 13,000 people as of 2020. So 14,000 now on the high side. And earlier in 2023 and trailing into 2024, Mapleton City Council approved an IPTV reseller panel. So this is a quick little update for you guys. The proposal, called Extreme HD IPTV, which should be a key sign right there, that is a very well-known third-party IPTV service, aims to offer high-definition streaming services to residents and businesses at affordable prices. Obviously, the channels offered by this service are the same as those provided by well-known pirate IPTV services. Obviously, Mapleton City Council decision has raised questions over the council's understanding of the legality of these services, which, if you look at their city council, no offense to them, but they look like they're ancient and have no idea what IPTV is. Like, look at this guy on the far right here. That guy needs to retire and go hang out with his grandkids. He does not look well. And there was some public backlash, but not a ton against this, obviously, because a lot of people want this to be true. They want it to be cheap. They want it to be affordable. So basically, this one solo guy came in here, and he discovered this and realized he could make a lot of money off it, which so did another person we're going to talk about later on in this video. And yeah, so this was the reseller panel. Looks very professional, by the way. Now, I have looked all over Mapleton. I've checked through 5 or 6 of them for any information that may show whether Mapleton decided to go through with this. I even looked through their government website, and as of now, I have not been able to find anything on it 6 months after the approval. Now, there could be multiple reasons for this. Maybe they decided not to go through with it. Maybe they just sell it off a website. They just go door to door, basically, because it's such a small population. It would be easy to do just a simple sign up process. Now, this would also keep things to the side a little bit, which could benefit the person selling it. Mapleton was definitely one of the most interesting stories because it involved a government body making something that is just federally not legal, I guess sort of legal, and also potentially putting their actual city at risk of a lawsuit. This is probably the service I received the most backlash from. I'm pretty sure it's all their employees that spam my comments and email me, telling me that I'm gonna get sued for defamation because they're selling an illegal IPTV service. And I'm not gonna spend any of this video proving why it's an illegal service. Just check out their website for yourself. It's clearly like every other third-party IPTV that we covered in this video right here. But there's 2 things I found extra shitty about this service. For one, they were charging $59.99, which if you've ever used pirate IPTV, that is an expensive service. That is not cheap by any means. And 2, they were targeting charities, trying to get them to resell it while offering them a very low commission compared to what you would typically be paid. So not only were they putting charities at risk by getting them to sell something that is clearly not completely legal for them to sell, and for 2, they weren't even fairly compensating them. Now, one of my big points in the video I covered is Qstreaming will never get accepted into the App Store. However, it seems like they have. So they did get accepted into the Fire TV Amazon App Store, and it is still there as of the recording of this video. Now, although this definitely surprised me a little bit because it is typically very hard for these services to get their app approved into there, sometimes they do sneak by, and this is something I said in the previous video. So, quick update on Q Streaming. They have continued to grow. It seems like they're actually doing really well. They are still making posts and active on their Facebook page, and their CEO, David Waddell, is still super weird and super cringe. Now, they took my advice from my first video that I did on their service, and they did update their website, so it at least looks kind of professional now. They are flexing that it's in the Amazon App Store and the Apple App Store, which gives it some sort of legitimacy in people's minds. Like, people think it's in the App Store, it's 100% legal. But if you know anything about these services, when they say they give you everything for a very cheap price, there is just no way to own the rights to all that content, which of course then makes it copyright infringement. Even just reading through one of their Reddit threads here, there's just tons of people. Yes, definitely scam. Yes, highly illegal business. And this is without us even getting into their founder, David Waddell. He's that cringe old man that we showed earlier. He has previously, he likes to flex that he is for sure the CEO. So when Ace and MPA send their lawyers, just to confirm, David Waddell, Q Streaming, right? He has previously been sentenced for fraud before, involving fiber optics installation in Ohio. So this is a guy that is a serial scammer and fraudster, and he seems to have found his groove with Q Streaming. Now, there's numerous reasons why I don't like Q Streaming. I typically don't have an issue with these services. You know, they stay low to the ground, they offer what they offer super cheap, and you take your own risk as a consumer. However, David and Q Streaming go out of their way to lie to people to make it seem as legitimate as possible, including to his resellers, which either know that it's illegal and they're just playing really dumb, or they're just actually not understanding that what they are selling is illegal. I was even emailed by a charity, which I won't name, that watched my video and thanked me because they almost got involved with their service, which I want to remind you could put their charity at risk. Now, despite the comments I'm going to receive about how legal Q Streaming is, I have said in the past, I invite David to come onto my stream and explain, show the receipts, show that you own the rights to the content you're broadcasting. And don't tell me it's some online broker that somehow gets you these rights for super cheap, because we all know how much just the NFL alone costs to buy the rights. And lastly, let's talk about this guy right here, the Facebook master. This guy was promoting Android boxes like crazy on Facebook, calling them brand new 8K boxes. He was basically selling loaded Android boxes and doing very sketchy advertisement practices. And according to multiple comments I received too, would just ghost people and not even honor the warranty. The one thing that he should do with a device that probably costs him $25 to order in bulk. So since that second video update, our friend's Facebook page was shut down. However, he has already started a new one, but he is still at it. In fact, he recently has gotten in what seems like a big shipment of 8K boxes. Yeah, so this guy is still going at it, still promoting his boxes. Watch this, let's keep going. So I received a bunch of comments thanking me for exposing this guy, even people that had bought from him, like this person who said it's a scam, the box stopped working, and now you can't reach him for replacements. And I've returned what he asked and he won't replace mine. Sorry, not funny to you. I feel sorry for you, but super shitty for this guy who's selling really bad boxes and can't even do the little bit of customer service and warranty support that he should. So this guy is still going hard, making tons of shorts, promoting his 8K boxes, and it doesn't look like he's going to slow down anytime soon. So he now basically sells them as packages with years of his service, which we all know is just rebranding from another one. And he's selling them for $200 with a year. Oh my God. Oh, these guys are the fucking worst. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, hit the subscribe button, right down below. We have a really good video coming up this Friday, so make sure you guys subscribe, set up your notifications, and I'll see you on Friday.